This is News 3 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. We do have an alert day in the forecast for this weekend as more snow is set to move into the area. We'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti in just a few minutes. But first, while COVID-19 cases are on the decline overall in Wisconsin, there's concern about new spikes at UW-Madison.
Adam Duxer joins us live from campus with why leaders there are now cracking down when it comes to testing for the virus. Adam?
It's something we've seen before. A new semester starts, students come back to campus, and cases rise. But now nearly 40% of new cases in Dane County are tied right here to students and staff at UW-Madison, leaving university officials trying to avoid a repeat of last semester. Almost a month into a return to campus for UW-Madison students, the day-to-day coronavirus precautions look much different than they did this fall.
Our spring health and safety program for students and employees introduced a couple of big changes.
Changes like mandatory twice-a-week testing for all students, says spokeswoman Meredith McGlone, which students we spoke to tonight say has been a transition.
I've been getting tested every 3 days. Which I think is great, and especially since last semester the school didn't really enforce it too much. So.
And while the university is ramping up tests to nearly 80,000 a week, the virus is once again spreading among students and staff. Nearly 100 new cases each of the last 2 days.
It's been hard knowing that a lot of the times, wanting to go out or hang out with friends for the last time in college has all these restrictions.
Now, in addition to restricting building access for students who test positive, university officials are levying punishments ranging all the way up to suspension for students who don't show up to test in the first place.
We know we are part of a larger community. Our students are part of a larger community. It's not like there's some border that you don't pass beyond at campus. And part of what we're doing here is working to make sure we're not just keeping our students and employees safe, but make sure we're keeping the broader community safe.
And should things stay this bad or continue to get worse, students in certain residence halls will be made to test for COVID every other day. And certain buildings on campus could be closed for everyone. Health officials say tonight their biggest concern is that these cases could once again leave campus and make their way into the community.
Adam Duxer live on campus tonight. Adam, thank you. As we mentioned earlier, we have an alert day in our forecast. Again, Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with our first warn forecast.
It's cold out here tonight, and temperatures really have no place to go but up. But as we see those temperatures rise, we'll also see the prospects for snow arrive by Sunday. Time lapse from the WIC Sky Cam shows some clouds early this morning, then bright sunshine for much of the day. A few clouds this afternoon, but even those started to dissipate as we headed toward the early evening hours. High temperatures today, right around 20 degrees, give or take a degree or two. Here in Madison, we did top out right at 20 degrees. Current temperatures are in the single digits for the most part, but Lone Rock is already down to 2 degrees below zero. That's one of the colder spots as the air just kind of settles into the Wisconsin River Valley. Of course, the winds are pretty light, so there's no wind chill to speak of. But we are looking at the potential for 1 to 3 inches of snow through much of southern Wisconsin from Sunday afternoon through Sunday night, ending early on Monday morning. So an alert day is in the forecast for slippery roads that will occur because of that. We also have an air quality advisory until 3 p.m. Sunday for particle pollution across all of southern Wisconsin and central parts of the state as well. Temperatures by morning dropping down to just below zero in Madison. I'm thinking about 2 below zero here. Tomorrow should be mostly sunny with a high of 23. The good news is as the snow moves in on Sunday, the temperatures will also go up. We'll see highs in the 30s. I'll take a look at our forecast in more detail in a few minutes.
Once again today, more than 40,000 people received their COVID-19 vaccinations as cases remain relatively low. Today, state health officials reported 774 new cases of the virus. Throughout the state, more than 1.1 million doses of the vaccines have been administered. DHS officials say nearly 315,000 or 5.4% of Wisconsinites have received both of their COVID vaccines. And in Dane County, nearly 44,000 or 8% of residents have received both doses.
A new private public collaborative effort will help make sure teachers and school staff around Dane County get their vaccine as soon as possible. Next month, under this new partnership, public health and local health care providers will join forces to vaccinate school staff at Dane County's Alliant Energy Center. A total of 14,000 vaccines have been requested, and depending on supply, the effort is expected to take 6 to 8 weeks. We have more details on those plans and how it will all work. Just go to channel3000.com or our free Channel 3000 News app. The Alliant Energy Center could also be getting closer to playing host to a federal vaccination site. Members of the federal government did a walkthrough there last week. The Dane County Executive's Office says feedback was positive. And if it's chosen, the Alliant Energy Center could distribute as many as 6,000 vaccines per day.
New tonight, we're getting a visual update on how well the vaccines are working within long-term care facilities in Dane County. You can see since the first doses were administered, cases have dropped significantly. This chart is provided by Public Health Madison and Dane County. Residents in these facilities were among the first in the state to be vaccinated. Governor Evers and UW System President Tommy Thompson toured a COVID-19 vaccination clinic at UW Oshkosh today. The community vaccination site just opened this week. During the visit, Evers signed a new bill allowing pharmacy technicians and students to administer COVID-19 vaccines under certain circumstances. The governor says as we work on increasing the available vaccine supply, this measure will help maximize the state's capacity to administer shots. President Biden traveled to Kalamazoo, Michigan today to visit the Pfizer plant in suburban city of Portage. This is the company's largest production facility and the main production facility for their COVID vaccine.
Next at 10, the Rock County Medical Examiner has identified the 2 people killed in a plane crash in Janesville on Tuesday. 25-year-old Tanner Byholm of Glidden, that's up in Ashland County, and 26-year-old Remington Viney of Kimberly were killed. Both were pronounced dead at the site of the crash. It's about a mile from the Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport. The FAA and NTSB are continuing their investigation. Now, one of those victims, Remington Viney, graduated from UW-Madison in 2017. She was also one of the founding members of the Madison-based Four Lakes chapter of Women in Aviation. In a Facebook post, the chapter said it mourns the life of a young pilot whose life was cut far too short. Back in 2013, she also safely crash-landed a plane near Beaver Dam that was carrying 3 members of her family when a fuel tank switch broke down. She had also served since 2013 in the Wisconsin Air National Guard.
Developing tonight, 2 people have been confirmed dead after a military plane went down in Alabama. Local authorities say the jet was flying from Columbus, Mississippi to a base in Florida when it went down in Montgomery County, Alabama. Right now, initial reports say it is believed to be a T-38 jet, which is a 2-seater training jet.
At 10, a local radio DJ accused of having child pornography is now out on a signature bond. Matthew Bradshaw Jones, who goes by Jackson Jones on the radio, was in court this afternoon. According to the criminal complaint, Jones is accused of having at least 1 image of child pornography. Jones told detectives he used the sites Tumblr and Wicker for, quote, sex chats and fantasies and would pretend to be other people while online. Jones said he would often like or reshare a variety of images on the sites. An assistant district attorney for Dane County says Jones also offered to traffic 2 children during those chats. Jones' defense attorney argues his client was not serious and didn't actually go through with that.
Given what is alleged here and likely the charges that are possibly going to be added, we might be looking at not just 1, but numerous mandatory minimum prison charges, which creates a whole different dynamic.
All it is talk. It's fantasy chat, and I suspect that all of that was put in to the complaint for a couple reasons. 1, to grandstand because of who Mr. Jones is, and 2, to try to convince you that this is worse than it is.
Now, according to the complaint, Jones told investigators it was just what he calls stupid, taboo talk, and also admitted he knows he, quote, threw his whole life away. The judge says Jones cannot have contact with any minors and no access to the internet.
The Janesville man accused of killing a woman inside a Wisconsin Dells hotel room is now charged and being held on a $5 million bond. 34-year-old Jeremy Mondi is charged with first-degree intentional homicide. Prosecutors say Mondi had 2 previous domestic abuse cases involving the victim in this homicide, including one earlier this month in Rock County. Mondi claims he shot the woman in self-defense after a struggle over a gun in the hotel room on Sunday. U.S. Marshals have arrested a man in connection connection with the triple shooting on Halloween last year. The marshals found 26-year-old Jeffrey Briggs at a hotel on Hayes Road this morning. He was booked into the Dane County Jail on charges of first-degree intentional homicide and attempted homicide. This shooting happened at the Wexford Ridge apartment complex on the city's west side. One person was found dead and 2 teens were also injured but survived.
New tonight, Edgewood High School says it is taking the city of Madison to federal court as part of its ongoing dispute over the installation of lights on its athletic field. Neighbors of the school have fought the addition of lights for years now, claiming that the school hosting night games would lead to too much light pollution and noise in the neighborhood. The school presented its final appeal to the city in January, but it was ultimately denied. In a letter to Edgewood families, President Mike Elliott says that decision is forcing them to file a suit in federal court alleging unfair treatment over the past 3 years. Still to come tonight at 10, warming temperatures, but another chance of snow over the weekend. Check back in with Gary. But first, caught on camera, the moment an Illinois police officer just missed getting hit on a highway. That story when we come back.
When you pay extra for a turbocharged engine, you might feel the need to show it off. But if it comes standard, you might not. Hurry into your Volkswagen dealer today for President's Day deals and lease a new 2021 Jetta S for just $199 a month.
Every year, thousands of Wisconsin residents make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. So News 3 Now and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund would like to thank all who donated to our Week of Warmth. Your generous gifts of warmth will directly help your neighbors in crisis. For more information about the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, visit kwwf.org. Week of Warmth for the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, sponsored by Viridian Homes.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit madisonmagazine.com.
Here they come. Bedroom pictures floating across your television. If you think this commercial is making you tired, Rubens Furniture has achieved its goal. We want you to notice the next bedroom set you are going to buy. You're getting sleepy. Stay awake for a bit longer. Rubens Furniture has these beds on display and on sale. It's time to wake up in a beautiful bed. Stop into Rubens Furniture today for our annual bedroom sale. On now.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Your family has a wide range of personalities, and so does ours. Meet the Volkswagen family of SUVs.
Hurry in for Volkswagen's President's Day deals and get a $500 purchase bonus when you lease a new 2021 Atlas Cross-Sport SE Tech 4Motion for just $389 per month.
Hi, folks. Saturday morning, as parts of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast deal with snow and ice, power's been restored to millions of Texans hit hard by a deadly winter storm. The race to restore water continues. We'll see you Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Body camera video released today shows deputies scolding 2 women in Orange County, Florida, who tried to pose as seniors so they could get their second vaccines.
You know what you have done? You've stolen a vaccine from somebody that needs it more than you. And now you're not going to get your second one. So that's a whole waste of time we just wasted here on this. And we're not even sure if they're going to press charges against you and take you to jail right now. So we're at that point right here. But just for your selfishness of stealing a vaccine.
The Florida Department of Health said 2 women came to the site Wednesday, quote, dressed up as grannies so they could receive their shot. Right now, Florida is only vaccinating those 65 and older, as well as healthcare workers. These women are 44 and 34. Ultimately, the two were given a trespass warning.
Now we've seen it all. President Biden's ambitious American Rescue Plan moved through the House with its key pieces intact today. The $1.9 trillion stimulus includes a $15 an hour minimum wage. Americans making $75,000 or less would get a one-time direct payment of $1,400. The package also includes more money for small businesses, and federal unemployment benefits will include a $400 a week increase, and there's more money for schools to reopen as well. The bill is expected to go to the House floor later next week. Senator Lindsey Graham is planning to spend the weekend with former President Trump at Mar-a-Lago trying to mend fences. The South Carolina Republican says he's concerned the rift between the former president and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell will damage the GOP's chances to win back the Senate or make gains in the House in 2022.
New tonight, an Illinois police officer is grateful to be alive after a semi almost hit him on the highway. Check out this dramatic video. On the left of the screen, you see a police car parked, and on the right after the officer comes out, this huge semi, my goodness, loses control and heads toward him. The local police department posted the video on Facebook with a caption that said in part, "This is why it is important to slow down and move over when you see emergency vehicles on the roadway." Well, millions of Americans in the South are heading into yet another night of freezing temperatures without clean water or enough to eat. At food banks and water distribution sites, lines now stretch as long as a mile.
Tonight, President Biden says he'll sign a new emergency declaration for the state of Texas, where half of the state is still under a boil water notice. CBS's Janet Shamlian reports.
Andrew Rudnick has called at least 100 plumbers to repair his burst pipes. He always hears the same thing.
6 weeks.
The Houston dad and his wife Megan have a 6-month-old daughter, Reese, and they're desperate for help.
What's it like having a 6-month-old and no water in your house for days on end?
It's scary to have to ask a neighbor to use their outdoor hose to fill a pot so that you can boil water for your baby's bottles.
Yeah. They're also worried about mold growing and may have to tear down the walls themselves.
It's definitely overwhelming. We're just talking about where we're going to stay tonight.
The power is back, but half the state's population, more than 14 million, still don't have drinkable water.
This is a drive-through site in Houston for people who don't have water. There are hundreds of cars in line here right now. By the end of the day, they will have given out thousands of cases of water.
Water shortages impacting first responders, too. Firefighters in San Antonio battling low pressure and frozen hydrants.
It's just these hydrants were frozen, and we couldn't get water. We have to go quite a distance to get water.
With many grocery shelves bare, food banks are seeing a spike in demand. In the Dallas area this weekend, they're preparing to give out 25,000 meal kits.
We definitely anticipate there's going to be a surge in the need for emergency food.
Beyond Texas, taps are dry in parts of Louisiana and Mississippi as crews race to thaw frozen water main. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Houston.
President Biden said today that he plans to travel to Texas, but does not want a presidential trip to put any additional strain on a state grappling with an extreme weather crisis. He says he has spoken with Texas Governor Greg Abbott and is pushing the acting FEMA administrator to accelerate his request for a major disaster declaration. And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at our first warn forecast.
Puts our troubles in perspective. We can deal with the cold. They can't down in Texas. But we have air quality advisories that are in effect until 3 p.m. Sunday afternoon for all of southern Wisconsin. This is issued by the Department of Natural Resources because of high particulate matter in the air that could cause problems for people who have trouble breathing. We are looking for snow from Sunday afternoon through Sunday night. That's when the air will start mixing up, so the pollution problems will start to go away. But we'll be looking at a general 1 to 3 inch snowfall through most of southern Wisconsin. It'll be a fast-moving system, so that'll prevent the snow from becoming too heavy, but it'll be a wetter snow, so it might be a little harder to shovel. So we do have an alert day in the forecast for Sunday afternoon and Sunday night for that 1 to 3 inch snowfall and the slippery roads that will probably be around because of that. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Cold weather will continue overnight. We'll probably see temperatures drop below 0 again, but not by much, and the winds will be light, so that really won't be any issue with wind chills. Tomorrow, high temperatures will be in the lower 20s, still about 10 degrees below normal. After that, 1 to 3 inches of snow for Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. We see milder weather on the way with highs in the mid-30s on Monday and perhaps above 40 degrees by Tuesday of next week. On Weather Track, the jet stream is starting to flatten out across the country. We've had that big dip that's been bringing the jet stream right out of Canada and into the northern part of the United States, ushering down the cold air for much of the eastern two-thirds of the country. But out west, we're seeing that jet stream flatten out. And as that happens, milder Pacific air moves eastward. As the winds cross over the Rocky Mountains, a lot of the precipitation gets wrung out in the form of rain and snow there. So the weather systems that come in from the west don't have as much moisture as the winter storms that come in out of the southwest. So this next weather system that we'll be seeing Sunday afternoon and Sunday night won't have a lot of moisture associated with it. That's why we're not looking for any heavy snowfall. High pressure is located just to our west. That will kind of traverse southern Wisconsin tonight, keeping our winds very light. And eventually, as that high moves off to the east, notice the winds on the backside of the high becoming southerly. That stationary front out to the west will eventually turn into a warm front, and as it moves eastward, we'll see our temperatures climb up. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the single digits. A few places down the Wisconsin River Valley, like Lone Rock, are already below zero. We'll probably see low temperatures just below zero here in Madison. But on Future Track, the clear skies will continue tonight. We'll see plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. Then as that high moves off to the east, notice the winds becoming southerly. Temperatures only fall a few degrees tomorrow night, and then as the clouds move in, those readings will actually start to rise overnight. So by Sunday, we'll be back up to around 30 degrees. But we'll also see snow coming in from the south and west. That'll move over southern Wisconsin into Sunday night and then clear out of here by early on Monday morning. So our forecast includes clear skies for tonight, pretty cold night, low temperature dropping to 2 below zero, and then for tomorrow, look for sunny skies, high temperature topping out at 23. Like I said, still about 10 degrees below average. Future Track, we start out around zero or a little bit below early tomorrow morning. Temperatures climb into the lower 20s. Then readings start rising overnight as those winds pick up out of the south and southeast and clouds move in, and then the snow moves in by Sunday afternoon and continues into Sunday night, dropping about 1 to 3 inches of snow over southern Wisconsin. 7 to 10 day forecast, we have breezy conditions on Monday with a high in the mid-30s, then low 40s on Tuesday, mid-30s on Wednesday, a couple of flurries as we turn a little colder toward the end of next week, and then some light snow chances from Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning of next weekend. But getting those temperatures back up to around 30 degrees is going to make a big difference, I think, in everybody's attitude around here.
It sure will, Gary. Thank you. Just ahead in sports, the Badger men spotted the Irish a 2-goal lead and then started their rally. How Wisconsin skated past Notre Dame, game 1 of their series. Zach's in next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
One call, that's all. That mean they gonna take care of business, man.
Una llamada fue todo.
Gruber Law Offices. Una llamada y es todo.
One call, that's all.
Una llamada es todo.
Una llamada a la firma de abogados Gruber es lo máximo.
One call, that's all. That's all it took, and I thank them.
Gruber in Law Office. Jeden poziv rješava vaše probleme. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's time to upgrade your downtime. It's time for Stressless. Now at the Century House. Go from one grade of leather to a higher one for free. Or save $300 on Stressless Sunrise recliners. Don't wait. Save hundreds on Stressless Comfort. At the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Get $1,000 customer cash on a new 2021 RAV4 or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit madisonmagazine.com.
Every year, thousands of Wisconsin residents make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. So News 3 Now and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund would like to thank all who donated to our Week of Warmth. Your generous gifts of warmth will directly help your neighbors in crisis. For more information about the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, visit kwwf.org. Week of Warmth for the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, sponsored by Viridian Homes.
In the first series of the year, the Wisconsin men went into South Bend and left with a sweep. Tonight's round 2, and how the Badgers have been playing, the Irish shouldn't stand a chance, right? Well, one thing to note, Notre Dame is 7-1 on the road this year, and they showed why early. Irish led 2-0 after 1, but the Badgers battled back. Second period, Cole Caulfield sends a snipe into the back of the net to tie the game up at 2. And then in the third, Linus Weissbach rips another one to light the lamp. His 100th career point would be the game winner. Badgers take game 1, 4-2, the final. High school boys hoops, D1 regional semifinal, Wanakee taking on Verona. First half, Casey Fisher drives and dishes to Cade Nelson, and he dials one up from deep. Warriors jumped out to a 4-point lead, but the Wildcats would claw right back. Cole Janish lays it up and in for the easy deuce, and Verona gets a 66-65 win to move on to Saturday's regional final, where they'll face the Forts. Down in Division 2, Sauk Prairie hosting Edgewood. Eagles were on the attack early. Isaac Breinig takes it hard to the rack for 2. Sauk goes up 6 points, but Edgewood won't be denied tonight. Ben Newton sets his feet and splashes home the triple. The Crusaders move on with a 52-49 win. They'll face McFarland in the regional finals. Bucks looking to snap out of their 5-game losing streak, hosting the Thunder. It was a 4-point game at the half, and then in the third, Milwaukee would blow it wide open. Giannis slams it home. Just a casual 29-point, 19-rebound kind of night from him. Now, Giannis also had 8 assists. Here's one of them to Chris Middleton. K-Mid dropped in 20. Bucks snapped their losing streak with a 98-85 win. The Packers freed up $10.25 million of their salary cap today by releasing Christian Kirksey and Rick Ragnar. Kirksey finished second on the team with 78 tackles in his only season in Green Bay, while the former Badger Wagner started 11 games on the O-line. And Wisconsin's duel against the #1 team in the land set for Sunday has been called off due to health and safety concerns related to COVID-19. Remember, Iowa just returned from their 7-day pause. Because of the shortened conference schedule, the duel will not be rescheduled. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
Menards has everything you need for your painting project. We have the best brands, best quality, and best prices, period. On paints from Dutch Boy in Pittsburgh. Choose your paint colors with confidence. We offer free custom color matching and tinting to create over 2,000 color options. Dutch Boy DuraClean Interior Flat Paint is $19.99 a gallon. And Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Flat Paint is $24.98 a gallon. During Menards, race the savings sale.
Save big money at Menards.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
My husband's parents were visiting, and I promised them a home-cooked meal, except my boss had a different idea. He tells me, hold your horses. I call my husband and I say, I'm slammed, and he's like, Quick Trip, and I'm like, bingo. At Quick Trip, I say, what's good tonight? And the Quick Trip guy is like, everything, but I go for the hand-breaded fried chicken, and I go, make that ×4. Being none the wiser, my mother-in-law is like, I always said she's a keeper. I'll run with that.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Havish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Brought to you by the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, helping veterans, elderly, and disabled neighbors in need. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit madisonmagazine.com.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
The impact of Act 10 legislation 10 years later, Monday at 10.
Finally tonight, while parts of the country are seeing snow for the first time in a long time, some in the South are excited about it. Check out this video from Louisville, Kentucky. Locals say this mailman's name is Tehran Gori. On his way down the stairs from this front porch, he stops to do a cartwheel into the snow. Then he plops down on his back to make, of course, a snow angel.
That's because he knows he's not going to have to deal with it for very long.
I haven't seen any of the mail carriers around here doing something like that.
No, it's old hat to them.
That's right. Unless you're sliding down the stairs or something like that. Well, we're looking for another 1 to 3 inches of snow over southern Wisconsin from Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. There's an alert day for that for slippery roads. Otherwise, temperatures right now in the single digits. They'll go below 0 by early tomorrow morning.
All right, Gary, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and have a great weekend.